you acting weird?
I'm the village crazy lady. That's my job.
Hey, it's Morgan McKay. I wanted to take a second and make a little intro video for my channel. As you can see, I am hanging out in the car currently. Me and my girlfriend were running some errands today, and she is currently inside doing her therapy session with her therapist, and I am hanging out here waiting for her. And then once we're done here, I think we have a few more errands to run, and then we're gonna go be picking up our other partner from work. So I thought I would take advantage of this like hour that I have that's free and the beautiful natural light and just make a quick little video. So as I said, I am Morgan. I am currently 28 years old. I am queer. The specific labels that I use are genderqueer, pan-ace flux, and demi-romantic. I may make videos later on explaining all of the parts of my gender identity. Of course, if you have any questions, drop comments, let me know. But those are the labels that I'm most comfortable using. My pronouns are they, she. I am really comfortable with any pronouns, but they, she is usually what I tend to gravitate towards. I'm polyamorous. I have 3 amazing partners. They are nesting partners, so we all live together, so there's 4 of us in the house. One of my partners, Percy, I have been with for 11 years. We are high school sweethearts. My partner, Michael, I have been with for almost 10 years. And my partner, Ellie, I have been with for 3 years. And I will make videos in the future about polyamory and my experiences with it and explaining our polycule and all that fun stuff. But I just like going ahead and introducing them because I will be posting vlogs and things like that, and they will be involved, and I will also talk about them periodically. I'm a pagan. Specifically, I am a druid, and I identify as a druidic witch, meaning that I practice witchcraft, and I am a member of the Order of Bards, Ovates, and Druids. I am on the bardic path. I just started. I'm very, very excited about this. I've wanted to join OBOD for years, for literal years, and I am so excited that I finally took that first step and did so. I identify as polytheistic. There may be a better term to describe it, I'm not sure, but as of right now, I use the term polytheist. I am a devotee of Apollo and Aphrodite, have been devoted to Apollo and Aphrodite for about 3 years now. And I work with worship, honor, etc., many, many deity and spirits along my path, including, of course, ancestor work. I am obsessed with all things cottage core, goblin core, forest core. I love fantasy, so things like The Hobbit, The Lord of the Rings, The Chronicles of Narnia, LARPs, Ren Fair, etc. That's my like overall vibe. I am multiply disabled, so I have a condition known as IIH, and again, that's something else that I can talk about in the future if anyone is interested or if there are things that I would like to share. But essentially, I experience the symptoms of a brain tumor without having a physical tumor that can be removed. So I experience a lot of migraines, dizziness, vision problems, etc. I also struggle with chronic pain, and I have an alphabet soup of mental things going on. I am currently in the process of getting the assessment process for autism started. I've done a small assessment with my therapist, and I'm speaking with my psychologist next month, and we're going from there about trying to get referrals for assessments. I have BPD, I have PTSD, I have OCD, I have BED, a lot of acronyms. Like I said, it's an alphabet soup, and I'll definitely be touching more on mental health and disability and things like that in the future on this channel. Um, I'm a multi-genre author. I focus on centering marginalized characters, so queer characters, BIPOC characters, disabled characters, etc. And I do this because I myself am queer, I am disabled, I am a white passing POC, I am mixed Creole, Black, Romney, and Scottish, which the majority of my heritage is Black and Romani on my father's side. And then there is Scottish on my dad's side, and my mom's side is Creole and Scottish. I was raised in a mixed culture of Black and Romani for the first almost 10 years of my life. And then from there on, I was raised by a white passing mother in a very white supremacist household in South. So that's an interesting upbringing and it's an interesting thing. But over the last several years, I have done a lot of inner work. I have done a lot of community work. I have connected with a lot of individuals who have helped me reclaim my identity and have led to me being comfortable openly identifying as queer and BIPOC. Well, white passing. I always specify white passing, BIPOC, and a lot of people don't. I do, because there is absolutely no way that I can compare my experiences as a white passing person who has benefited from white privilege and the way that society is based in white supremacy. That can't be compared to the experiences of non-white passing BIPOC individuals. It just can't. So I will forever use that label for myself because it is how I am most comfortable. And I will add on to that if you are looking for someone to speak on BIPOC issues, I will always and forever send you to non-white passing BIPOC individuals, because those are the voices we need to be listening to. Those are the voices we need to be elevating. Those are the voices that we need to be paying the most attention to. And while I can offer solidarity and I can stand with non-white passing BIPOCs and I can share information and I can speak on my behalf, I am not comfortable speaking on behalf of the larger community. If anyone has anything to say about race, especially if you are a white individual who has something to say about race, it needs to be kept out of my comments. Regardless of what's going on, this platform will not be a space for racism. Identities will be respected, histories will be respected, and marginalized voices will be uplifted and elevated. That's just how it is. Here, on any of my other social medias, on any platforms, it doesn't matter if that's something you're uncomfortable with. I am not the person for you, and that is totally okay. I would rather you just not engage. But that's a whole other tangent and story. My most recent publication is a Southern Gothic short story in an anthology called Dark Village. You can find that linked on my social media. You can also look it up just by looking up Dark Village Publications. I thoroughly enjoyed working with Dark Village Publications. I loved writing that piece. Southern Gothic is very, very near and dear to my heart. My current whip, or work in progress, is a sci-fi horror short story for Terrorcore Publishing. They have an anthology that's coming out that I'm not going to release information about until it is, out there. But I'm working on a piece for it. And then I have a few other works in progresses that are personal that I'm not discussing yet, but I will in the future. I am a flow artist. I love silk poi. I love flags. I love fan veils. I love anything that gets my body moving, dance, yoga, anything like that. As you can probably see, which I haven't mentioned before, I am plus sized. I am plus sized. I am aware of that. And I am aware that people are probably very confused when they hear things like dance or yoga or flow art or whatever body movement stuff, coming from a plus-sized individual. But I I am here to tell you that we can do pretty much anything we put our minds to, as long as our bodies will allow us. And I will say there are some things that, of course, I cannot do because of my disabilities, chronic pain, my IIH, those sorts of things. But moving and getting my body and mind in sync, especially things like stretching. And I don't say yoga. I've encountered a lot of back and forth over yoga being a spiritual practice, and I also don't follow specific like yoga teachings. But stretching, dance, meditation flows, flow art. I'm very interested in aerials, although I've never tried it. Of course, like LARPs and things like that. I love being physical and moving as much as my body will let me. And I just love being out in nature and spending time with my partners, spending time with our dogs. I love reading and writing and listening to music and engaging with my spiritual practice. I just love experiencing life, honestly. And that's what this channel is about. This is not content creation for any sort of fame. This is not content creation for any sort of celebrity status. I am not going to be editing over the top things. I am not going to be creating any huge over the top kind of videos. This is for myself first and foremost, and anyone who resonates with anything that I say is welcome to join me on this crazy little trip that we call life. So if you're plus sized, if you're into cottagecore or whimsy goth or hippie or hobbitcore or anything like that, if you're a pagan, if you're a druid, if you're a polytheist, if you're just a spiritual person, if you're someone that's obsessed with fantasy and loves LARPs and roleplay and Ren fairs, if you love thrifting and picnics and charcuterie boards and cozy dates and all things just wonderful and happy and cozy, that's what this channel is. I'm going to be sharing vlogs, I'm going to be sharing thrifting videos, I'm going to be sharing videos about my spiritual practice, I'll be sharing videos about polyamory, mental health, plus-sized fashion, any and everything that brings me joy, I will be sharing. And I hope you come along with me on the journey. I am gonna hop off of here and probably take some time to upload this and get my channel completely ready and all of that fun stuff. Whenever my girlfriend comes out, we're gonna go continue the rest of our day. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have some small reason to smile. And if you've had a hard day and you haven't been able to find that reason to smile, just take a second and remember that the world is a brighter place with you in it. And having you here is something that's made me smile. So just remember that your existence is always bringing someone joy, whether you know it or not. Bye.